Hey, what's up out there, YouTube? Double D here with Dubois. Welcome back. So today, you're probably wondering why this isn't my YouTube cross-channel challenge for the month of June. The downside is I'm waiting on a piece to come in so that I can do my bandsaw box. I need a fence for the idea that I want to do. I need a fence to be able to make a good straight cut. So I did some testing with some different things. Didn't work out quite the way I wanted to. So we are changing it up, going to get a fence in, and then I'll be able to do that. Can't guarantee it'll be next week. My parents are coming into town. I'm hoping to record some time with my father, doing some projects and stuff, and going from there. So we'll have some fun with that. Today I have some leftover walnut from the water drop vase that I did. I'll put a link to that video right up here. That was for the month of March, the water YouTube cross-channel challenge. I'm going to make a small dish out of this, nothing super significant, but a good buddy of mine asked for a walnut dish for salt, like a salt cellar. No lid, just the open dish, about 4 to 5 inches across, a couple inches deep, rather squared off. So we will take a look at getting that taken care of and get that turned for my buddy Sean. We did get a sticker in the mail from our good buddy Doug over at Wood Spun Round. I'll put a link to his channel right up there. Doug does some pretty cool stuff. Is very thorough with his explanations to what he's doing, how he's doing it. And I've learned a lot by watching him on his technique and things like that. So definitely go check him out and follow out his channel, and we give him that support that he deserves with his amazing projects he works on. So we're going to get this piece in the chuck, get it mounted up, and start cutting away. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm flipping it around, I have a little crack here, but I have a few more cracks at this end. So there's one crack down here is going to be less of a factor than these 3 cracks. So I'm just trying to take that into account as I turn this, and we will go from there. So I'm going to use a little bit of black Star Bond. There's a link down below in the description. If you use the coupon code DD10, you'll get 10% off if you need any CA glue. Just a little bit of accelerator there to speed up that curing process. Now what I want to do is I want to take it off the chuck and check the bottom. So I won't be able to clean that up until a little bit later. And I have a little tiny crack here, but I'm going to just do thin CA glue on that part. And that seems to be doing okay with the black CA there, so I'm not going to worry about that part. So here's that little crack here. Like I said, we're just going to use some thin CA on that part, just because that'll soak in real good along that crack and bond all that stuff together real well. So while that's doing a little bit of curing up out here, I'm going to start hollowing out the inside. So there's the crack that we glued up. Comes through a little bit, but that's okay. Just going to hit it with some more CA glue. And we'll turn this back. Hit a couple of these other little cracks. So let that set for a few minutes, and then we'll turn some more. All right, so pretty happy with the inside feel. I mean, there's a little tiny bit of tool mark. Sanding should take care of a good chunk of that. So we will finish shaping up the outside just a little bit, smooth it up, and then do our sanding and start finishing and flip it around. Okay, I'm getting a few catches on that backside, which is fine, so I'll just turn it around and finish that up down there. So we're going to go ahead and sand this part, the inside area. So we'll get that sanded up, get our finish on there, abrasive paste, and then we will flip it around on a jam chuck, if not my coal jaws, and see about getting that cleaned up a bit. All right, so we have that sanded up to 320 grit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with some denatured alcohol. That's going to let us see the grain really start to pop. I'm going to flip to this top view real quick. Because like I said, I really want you to see that grain pop out when I put the denatured alcohol on. So Put it on the bottom, and we'll see it as it rotates right on around. You see the figuring in that maple, the walnut. You see some figuring in that walnut. Just absolutely beautiful piece. Flip it back to the tailstock camera so you can see the inside of it too. Hopefully that comes out okay, especially if I get my hand out of the way. But that's going to look really nice. So I've got denatured alcohol. That cleans it up, raises that grain just a little tiny bit. I'm going to hit it real quickly with 400 grit sandpaper. Then I'm going to do some sanding sealer on it. Hit it again with the 400 grit sandpaper. And then I will clean it up with some denatured alcohol one more time, and then we will start our finish. So let's get this going. All right, we got that all cleaned up. We're going to hit it with our Brad's Abrasive sanding paste. Link to that down below in his Etsy store. Highly recommend it. Just had a giveaway. He's just been making this for a year, so definitely if you want to try out an abrasive paste, give him a shout. Get in touch with him over at his Etsy store. Order some of that. Tell him Double D sent you. So we got our abrasive paste on. This is about the equivalent of 12 to 1500 grit. So we'll let that set just for a minute, and then I'm going to buff it in. So you do this exactly like you do a sandpaper. Not tons and tons of pressure. You let that abrasive that's in there do its thing. And then when you feel that grit start to go away, you just flip to a clean part of the cloth and keep doing that until it stops coming off and you're good to go. These are 100% natural and they are food safe. Brad's abrasive paste and tongue wax that we'll use too. So we're just going to start it off at our normal sanding speed of about 450 to 500 right in there. And then we will step this up to close to 1,000 RPM when we are ready to finish this part off. It already starts putting a shine on, but this is not a finish. Just remember that. Abrasive pastes are not finishes, but they can enhance the finish if they are done properly. So as you're working it in, you'll hear a little bit of a grit sound. You'll feel that in your fingers as you're working that in. And then when it starts to dissipate, you know that you are done with the abrasive part, and then you can just get any remaining residue off. Like I said, just flip to a clean part of the cloth. So we'll jump to here. See, nothing's coming off, so we are good to go there. I'm going to just bump the speed up. A little over 1,000 RPM just to get this buffed in real nice. All right, that's real nice, real nice. So now we'll hit it with our tongue wax finish. A little dusty in here. But yeah, we'll hit it with our tongue wax finish, and it'll sit for about 15 minutes, and that's going to really allow the oils and waxes in here, since it is a tongue oil with some waxes and things, that'll really let it settle down and sink into the piece. I like to be pretty liberal, not like overly liberal, but pretty liberal with this because, like I said, it goes on really well. And I like it to just sit there and really... And we are back. It has been about 15 minutes. And so we're going to get this tongue wax buffed in. and get this going. All right, so we've got this pretty well buffed in really well. We are going to kick the speed up and let that wax just melt right into the wood. So I have it just under 1100 RPM now, and that friction is just going to really melt that wax right in. All right, got that sanded up pretty close to where I need it to be, or rather cut, shaped to where I need it to be. So now I'm going to sand the bottom, and then we'll take that little piece off and go from there. So I'll bring you back when we're done with the sanding. We're going to follow the same process as before. So we're going to sand it up, sanding sealer, Brad's abrasive paste, then the tongue wax. Then we'll get that middle piece cut off, that little tiny bit finished up, and we will be back. Hey, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that small little dish. It is 5 inches across, 2 inches deep. I did have a slight change on this lower edge. The corner right here, it was rounded off a little bit more. Well, I've rounded it off, made it a little more of a transition because of the chip out that I was getting on turning that bottom piece. Finished on the inside with Brad's abrasive paste and tongue wax, and most of the outside the same way, and then branded on the bottom. Should work out really well as a little salt dish out of walnut. So hope you like this, Sean. Hope this meets your needs, and hope you enjoy it for a long time. And if you're worried about the bowl or the wood or whatever, you can always put a small glass dish in there to hold some of that as well. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Either way, please leave comments, feedback down below. I appreciate and read every one of them, and I do respond. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing as this channel grows. We're on our way to 700 subscribers. Looking to reach, once we hit that 750 subscriber mark, I've decided I'm going to do another giveaway at that point. So let's keep that push going to get to the 750 subscriber mark. I appreciate each and every one of you as we continue to grow and we continue to have fun with this journey. And that being said, I'll catch you next week.